Today, we're coming to you from the grand halls of the University of Birmingham, an institution steeped in discovery and research since 1900. The University of Birmingham was the UK's first civic university, a place designed for everyone, not just the privileged few. Every one of our graduands today is a part of that proud tradition of learning and achievement. Degree congregations at the University of Birmingham date back to 1901 and are held here in the Great Hall, right at the heart of our Edgbaston campus. Attended by nearly 30,000 graduates and guests each year, these events are the highlight of the university calendar and represent for many students the conclusion of their studies at Birmingham. Originally built as a cathedral to learning, the Great Hall never fails to impress our visitors. The building is Grade 2 listed, and it's really the details that make the space so special. It features a trompe-l'oeil domed ceiling located above its formal marble entrance. The entrance is bordered by archways that are designed to draw the eye towards the centre of the room.
The ceremony will begin soon. Please take your seats. We ask that guests remain seated during the ceremony to avoid blocking anyone's view of the stage. Graduates, please don't forget to collect your certificate and transcript from the Aston Webb Lecture Theatre after the ceremony is finished. Thank you, congratulations, and we hope you have a wonderful day.
As our graduands wait for the ceremony to start, this is a time for them to reflect on how far they've come. They may think back to the first lecture they attended in a packed lecture hall, making friendships that will last a lifetime. Maybe they're thinking back to their first eureka moment, when their chosen field of study finally clicked into place. Or perhaps they're thinking about late-night debates in the Guild, that group project that pushed them to their limits, or the spark of inspiration when they saw their research was really making an impact. Today they close one chapter and open another. A degree from the University of Birmingham is more than just a name on a certificate. Our graduates are recognised by employers for their resilience, creativity and dedication. Soon they'll find many exciting opportunities waiting for them. You can hear is being performed by our very own student musicians. They often perform versions of modern pop hits or songs with a Birmingham connection. quick shout out to the staff, students and volunteers who have made this special day possible. We couldn't have done it without you. Also, a reminder to share your photos from today on social media. Make sure to tag our accounts so we can engage with your moment. The audience is a mixture of graduands who sit in the back of the hall and their loved ones who are seated near the stage. During the ceremony, the graduands will make their way up to the stage, accept their scroll, and be applauded by their families and fellow students. In the sea of formal robes in the ceremony, attendees may spot black gowns, red and green gowns, and possibly some other eye-catching colours. The black robes are worn by those graduating with their bachelor's and master's. Green and red robes are for those picking up a doctorate degree. To the families, friends and supporters watching from home today, your encouragement, pep talks and well-timed cups of tea have helped our graduates reach this day. Let's take a moment to appreciate the parents who still don't quite understand what their child studied, but are immensely proud regardless. Well done, everyone. You've earned this celebration. Soon, our ceremony will begin. There's a degree of pomp and circumstance to the day that echoes back through the years. These rituals connect our graduands today to students from the very first British universities formed in the 13th century. This procession isn't just tradition for tradition's sake. It's the university's way of honouring the past, affirming the authority of scholarship, and marking the threshold our graduands are about to cross. Now it's time for the procession to start. Senior academics of the university are led into the Great Hall by 2 mace bearers and will sit on stage throughout the ceremony. There is a mace bearer at the front of the line and one at the back. The latter is called the Esquire Bedell. Both carry large silver maces that they put down on stage. This is a ceremonial kick-off to the day. The mace bearers are usually staff members from the university who have volunteered to take part. Row by row, the procession makes its way up to the stage, passing proud faces in the congregation, students in mortarboards, parents wiping away tears, tutors exchanging proud glances. A senior member of the university, such as the Chancellor or a provost, will be the last to take their place. They'll stand before the attendees and declare the congregation open.
Good afternoon, everyone. I declare the congregation open.
Well, good afternoon to you all, and a very warm welcome to Birmingham. It's wonderful to see so many of you here today at our beautiful campus. My name is Professor Nick Vaughan-Williams. As Pro-Vice-Chancellor and Head of the College of Social Science, it's my pleasure to welcome you, our graduands, and your friends, family and supporters to this, your graduation ceremony. We are here today to celebrate the completion of this part of your educational journey, with all the ups and downs of study and university life that it will have entailed. You did it. This is the moment that you've all been working towards. And to reach this moment, you will have spent time exploring new ideas and experiencing the thrill of intellectual discovery. You will have met people who have inspired you in so many different ways. You've learnt about perseverance, about balancing study, work and play, and about the value of friendship and community. All of these lessons are ones that you will carry with you long after you leave this great hall. Many of you will be leaving education behind and diving into the real world, either for the first time or back into your workplaces for those who've taken time out to study. I urge you all not to lose the spark of curiosity you've nurtured during your studies. Keep listening to that voice in your head that says, go on, have a look, see what's out there. Keep asking why, how, what if. Today is an especially meaningful day, as we are not only celebrating a big milestone in your life, but also in the life of this great university as we mark our 125th anniversary year. Together, we have celebrated this milestone in memorable ways. You'll remember seeing Old Joe lit up in vibrant colours at the start of the year, and you might have taken selfies with your friends. For a few months, the clock tower became a beacon of light that announced our celebration across the whole city. In the spring, we reaffirmed our connection to the city and region by signing the Birmingham Civic Agreement, which renewed and further strengthened our commitment as the country's first civic university. And as summer arrived, I hope you found time to enjoy all of the events and social activities in the Green Heart as part of UAB Extra. You may have also enjoyed our Come to Campus Festival and the amazing concert a few weeks ago. The sun shone on thousands of students, alumni, staff, and our neighbours who came together to celebrate our anniversary. And of course, in the evening, under the open sky, the university's philharmonic and jazz orchestras, alongside special guest performers, delivered a powerful tribute to Birmingham's rich musical heritage, from the elegance of Elgar to the electric spirit of ELO. It was a celebration that was proudly Brummie and unmistakably ours. It was also a reminder that this university, founded in 1900 and now ranked 76th in the world, has always been more than buildings and books. It is quite simply our people who bring it to life. So I'm genuinely proud to be standing here on behalf of a university where inspirational people do inspirational things, and where every day we have the ability to change lives for the better. Today, I am inspired by what you have achieved, and I hope that as you look back, you will feel an enormous sense of pride. You are not only graduating from one of the world's top universities, you are also graduating from a world-class, triple-accredited business school, which promotes responsible business for a more sustainable future. So, graduates, let's take a moment now to acknowledge all those who have played a crucial role in your achievements to date. Behind me are just some of our university community who have encouraged your intellectual curiosity, nurtured your creativity, and inspired you to question and to explore. You have also been supported by our tutors and specialist professional service teams. So I invite you now to thank everyone who has supported you during your time here. In front of me and tuning in from all corners of the globe are your friends, family and supporters, ready with tissues and cameras, brimming with pride for all that you've achieved. You will all have that person or those people who believed in you, people who supported you and showed you kindness, and who made sacrifices alongside you, and without whom you wouldn't be here. Graduands, let's give a massive round of applause and huge cheer to say thank you to all of your supporters and the people who made today possible. And I've got to say, there's going to be a lot of clapping during this ceremony. Now, in a moment, you will come up onto this stage and the Chancellor, Sandy Okoro, will admit you to your degree. This is your big moment. When your name is read out, that will be the formal moment of your graduation. And family and friends, that is your cue to make a lot of noise. In fact, we have only one rule during this ceremony: to celebrate and to do so very loudly. So, that's it. You're already in the spirit. So, one final piece of advice from me. Please do take care on the steps, give a big smile for the cameras, and don't forget to savour your moment. My warmest congratulations to you all. Very well done.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Professor Edgar Meyer. I am the Dean of Birmingham Business School. Chancellor, to you and to the university, I present the names of these graduates as listed in my programme, proved worthy to be admitted to their respective degrees.
By virtue of my authority as Chancellor, I admit those persons listed in the programme, both in attendance and in their absence, to the degree for which they are to be presented.
For Doctor of Philosophy, for research into understanding factors that contribute to household inequalities, human capital development and early labour market outcomes, Abdul Wahab Ahmadu. For research into the complex decision-making processes of LGBTQ+ parents, Lowry Wynne Evans. For research into multinational enterprises' digital knowledge transfer to Indian marginalised communities, Sakshi Satish Gajbihi. For research into auction dynamics, insights from eBay data analysis using data mining and explainable AI, Yun So Park. Masters of Science in Human Resource Management, Madhura Shankar Abhyankar. Nikhil Agrawal. Shafali Sharad Yavahari. Management, Lala Asar Abdul Qadar. Savita Das. Sanjana Sri Mahalingam. Samiksha Negi. Kevin Christopher Panier Selvan. For Bachelor of Science in Business Management, Raphael Adams. Sansirgi Agrawal. Larasati Nugra Akbar. Mohammed Nabil Abdullah Al-Ghassani. Ananta Atamora. Jake Beasley. Freddie Beresford. Bhavika Bhatia. Ziwei Bian. Yicheng Kai. Che Xiang Chang. Xiaojia Chen. Siyu Chen. Taeyu Chen. Wenyu Chen. Xiao Chen. Yang Chen. Yanlin Chen. Jamie Clark. Georgia Cutter. Wen Tao Dai. Brandon Danks. Ria Denza. Cyan Doyle. Yuling Fang. Ella Fashola. Zhe Ji Fu. Gan Huaiwen. Zhao Jia Gao. Luke Gibbett. Ella Gott. Vijan Gurung. Jing Han. Evan Harrison. Beibei He. Jinyi He. Shanshan He. Kalila Rajwa Hemanto. Thomas Hodson. Zhenqi Hong. Zihan Huang. Zhi Wenhao. Fei Duo Huang. Jiang Huang. Elena Yaren Nugul Islek. Ishwar Singh Jadhav. Pranav Jaisinghani. Hua Xinjin. Massimo Jin. Talvin Chahal. Ali Kamil Karaoui. Kayla Kika. Layla Kika. Chunhao Li. Penghui Li. Xiaofan Li. Yifan Li. Yinsing Li. Anning Liang. Shenhua Liao. Jenny Lin. Yanhong Liu. Ziyu Liu. Sumil Mehrotra. Shen Yang Mei. Xiangme. Hashir Muhammad. Oliver Moore Knox. Leander Manza Munzaka. Darren Adiputra Nazara. Joseph Neesmith. Tafi Zain Novlet. Yuchen Pan. Zhou Heng Pan. Elliot Pate. Dylan Patel. Mirani Patel. George Peters. Stephanie Theodora Prasetya. Olivia Randawa. Rayan Afaustia Robert. Ashley Naira Anil Sawani. Fatih Burak Set. Aishif Shah. Dion Shen. Ono Skelding. Ritika Somasekaram. Wenying Sun. Jia Hao Tang. Xinyi Tang. Nun Teng. Chaima Chiar. Hadisa Bella Tukur. Leslie Alexis Valarezo Muniz. Cheng Wen. Meng Chi Wang. Ruyang Wang. Yingxi Wang. Sebastian Ward. Hannah Frances Webber. Matthew Webb Peplow. Lok King Wong. Hui Min Wu. Guang Yao Shu. Wuniabai Yin Yang. Yu Hang Yang. Xianwen Ye. Xiong Chi Jiong. Fei Yuan. Aoxiang Zhang. Yu Zhang. Zhenhao Zhou. Jida Zhou. Business Management with Yen Industry. Harriet Barron. Muzi Michael Barrett. Lana Bun. Maya Dagmara Hamczynska. Alexander Close. Liam Close. Samir Kordesi. Zeyna Duroyaye. Benjamin Franks. Shuaib Sharik Ghaffar. Charlotte Grange. Rose Hastings. Thomas Hayes. Benjamin Hillman. Katarina Ella Jackson. Arjun Dev Singh Jin. Tylen Johnston Verma. Hubert Karolczak. Arun Ladha. Jasveer Kaur Landa.
Opening remarks. Today we're gathering to celebrate your graduation and to mark the 125th anniversary of our founding. As part of a special programme of activities and events, we have invited distinguished members of our community to inspire, guide and possibly entertain you. Today's speaker is Professor Edgar Meyer. Professor Meyer is a distinguished academic leader and educator. Edgar has had a career spanning 25 years in various institutions across the UK. He began his academic journey at Southampton Business School at the University of Southampton, where he completed his PhD and rose to the role of Professor of HRM and Organisational Behaviour, as well as Director of the MBA programme. He then served as Associate Dean of Undergraduate Programmes and Education Quality at Imperial College London, and later as Deputy Dean at Leeds University Business School. Edgar joined us as Dean of Birmingham Business School in 2023. He is an academic member of the Chartered Institute for Personnel and Development, a dedicated volunteer for the Association to Advance Collegiate Schools of Business, and has held visiting professorial roles across the globe, from Croatia and Japan to Peru. He also serves as a trustee of several charitable organisations. Edgar's impact has not only been felt in his professional accomplishments, but also in his commitment to public service and education as the cornerstone of our culture, shaping communities, driving progress, and sustaining our democracy. So, please join me in welcoming our distinguished speaker, Professor Edgar Meyer, as he helps us to mark this important milestone and to inspire our class of 2025 as they embark on the next chapter of their story.
Good afternoon. Lots to follow after this introduction, but let's start. Good afternoon, Chancellor, Pro-Vice-Chancellor, honourable guests, faculty, parents and friends, but most importantly, graduands and graduates. Not everyone, I think this side, has not yet officially graduated. It is an immense and, I have to admit, somewhat surreal honour to give this 125th anniversary graduation address. For me, it is particularly poignant, though, as I graduated pretty much exactly 25 years ago today, but I'll come to that again very shortly. In preparation for this speech, I have watched many commencement speeches which are very common in the United States, including those of the Obamas, the former German Chancellor Angela Merkel, and this will become relevant soon, Roger Federer, and, I'm genuinely not joking, Kermit the Frog, the University of Maryland, if you're interested. These speeches are usually 30 to 40 minutes long. You will be delighted to hear mine won't be. The speech may look, however, a lot longer if you see this lots of stapled paper, but all of the famous people in the US, they get a teleprompter in front of them. With my advanced age, I get very large print, so don't be alarmed. I watched these speeches partly because I wanted to get a sense of how to pitch the remainder of what I'm about to say. What should I talk about? How wise do I have to be? I will probably fail miserably on the whys, but maybe a couple of things I want to reflect on will resonate with some of you. As I said, I'm going to come back to this being my 25th anniversary of graduating from a BSc in Business Management and Healthcare at a not from such a prestigious university as this one, but one that allowed me to address graduates as the student graduation speaker in a cathedral. I came to the UK nearly 30 years ago as a foreign student to learn English. It was my worst subject at school and pretty much the subject that nearly made me fail school altogether. According to my parents, and I'm pretty sure some of the audience towards the front of this hall will hear this very loudly, so according to my parents, I was a bright student at school, but not the most motivated and borderline lazy. Looking back, I'm not sure it was laziness, though. It was more likely relevance, passion and curiosity that I was missing at school, and it is what I found at university. The plan was come to the UK, stay for a year, learn some English, go back to Germany and grow up. Well, I'm still here and I'm still at university. Have I failed in delivering on my plan? So here's my first message to you. No, I don't think I have failed. Would I have thought to be here? Absolutely not. Did I have a different sense in my late teens, early 20s of what I will be? Absolutely yes. You will have plans, and then life happens. You don't have to know precisely what to do next. Plans will emerge. Don't rush. You need to go your path, and no path is direct or fast. There will be diversions, roadblocks, and maybe even dead ends. But you will find your path. You must remember that you have already done many things, contributed to other people's lives, and have learned a lot from our faculty, from living your own life, from your families, from being with friends and fellow students. All these experiences and the relationships that you have built will help you navigate your path, your own road to success. And trust me when I tell you, I often took the proverbial scenic route to get to where I am now. My second message is probably a little bit more serious in that it reflects on the privilege we all have by graduating from university. We all have our stories of how we got here, and I'm pretty sure getting to this place was not without its challenges for any of you and your parents, friends, and supporters. But we are here, and in my opinion, this gives us responsibility. I speak as someone who has had to flee a country as a political refugee and asylum seeker. And because my family had to leave that country, As a result, the retaliation was that some of my extended family, my cousins, were denied the opportunity to go to university. We know that there are many people who cannot access education for numerous reasons. Thus, an education is, and I believe will always remain, a privilege that offers us opportunities, it offers us perspective, and it offers us the capacity to influence and facilitate change. As was already mentioned, you have studied at the university that proudly celebrates its 125th anniversary as a civic university, one that values the positive impact our graduates, our research, and all of our activities make more broadly. You graduate from a business school that has at its core the idea that we can do business responsibly. And it is those values that have brought me to work at Birmingham. A civic commitment, making a positive difference, acting as a community. So, I call upon you to act as positive change makers. We live in a complex world, one that has no easy solutions, and one that is continuously shifting, often without much notice. Use your privilege, share your knowledge, enact what you have learned, show compassion, and be that civic, responsible citizen. I'm not just saying it as I know it won't always be easy, but I know that it will be fulfilling and rewarding. We all have to participate to make the future a better place where everyone can thrive. Message 3. Be you and have an opinion. I am not going to look towards the back because I'm pretty sure that some of my colleagues behind me on the stage are rolling their eyes, wishing I had a little less of an opinion at times. And it is not about being opinionated, but about being true to your values, acting with integrity and trusting your experience and knowledge. I'm going to use another metaphor, and those that know me know I'm really bad at them, so I probably use it poorly. But don't be like a teacup that insists it's a kettle, always steaming, always whistling, and absolutely certain it's the one making the tea. But at the same time, be assured of who you are, what you are capable of, what you stand for. This includes, though, knowing your own limitations, your own development needs, and your blind spots. Also remember, having an opinion is not unique to you either. Hear and listen to other opinions. Be open to new experience. There's one thing I believe to take away from university. It is that there is not one view or one perspective only. Being someone who usually has an opinion and is rarely shy in sharing it, acquiring the skill to listen and allow myself to learn and accept that we don't always have to be of the same opinion was not an easy journey, for me or for those around me. But it was worth it, and if I say so myself, I would like to think that it has allowed me to be the person that I am today. By no means complete, though. You have had the opportunity to meet individuals from all over the world. Utilize this knowledge. Utilize this to inform your own views, help others understand the value of difference, and continue to broaden your horizon. For me, meeting my friends at university has meant that I now have got daughters in Malaysia, I'm married to someone who's ethnically Chinese, and I have friends on nearly every continent, except Antarctica. I'm working on the penguin piece, but we'll get there. It is indescribable what I have gained through this, and I wish you the same experience and openness to new and different experiences. But being you is more than having an opinion or a view. It is living your life, something I briefly mentioned before. We still live in a world where there's a tendency to conform to a stereotypical view of what life should look like, particularly in certain professions and areas of business. This could be expressed differently, for example, in expectations of lifestyle or dress code. Be you unashamedly. I'm rarely remembered for what I'd say, which is probably a good thing too. Because it is either my socks, my glasses, or my bags that are the talking point. Would I like to be known as this smart, intelligent academic that Nick has introduced me as? Probably. Or the best-dressed business school dean? Well, I'll go for the latter as well. But joking aside, find your style in all senses of the word that allows for you to be you. So, in summary, you'll be delighted to hear, my 3 takeaways. One other lesson. I've been told good speech writing, you have to have 3 messages because that's what people remember. So, my 3 takeaways for you. Have a plan, but allow for it to unfold unexpectedly and for it to change. Use your privilege to work towards a better tomorrow for all. Be you and have a stance. I hope some of this resonates with you and that it can remind you now and then of how awesome you all are, how much you have achieved already, and what a bright future you all have in front of you. And we will, hopefully, be part of this as we cannot wait to see and hear about your successes. Before I close, and I have you as a captive audience, I indulge myself in a habit of citing some poetry. I believe poetry often offers us a language that we don't generally have, and it can express some sentiments better than I would ever be able to. I go to my favorite Austrian poet, someone called Rainer Maria Rilke. He wrote this poem to urge individuals to embrace challenges of life and keep striving. The poem conveys the importance of the transformative power of overcoming obstacles and embracing the different, the new, and the unknown. It encourages to approach life with wonder and with awe. As once the winged energy of delight carried you over childhood's dark abysses, now, beyond your own life, build the great arch of unimagined bridges. Wonders happen if we can succeed in passing through the harshest danger. But only in a bright and purely granted achievement can we realize this wonder. To work with things in the indescribable relationship is not too hard for us. The pattern grows more intricate and subtle, and being swept along is not enough. Take your practice powers and stretch them out until they span the chasm between 2 contradictions. Congratulations, class of 2025, and all the very best for your future. Thank you. Chancellor, to you and to the University, I present the names of these graduates as listed in my programme, proved worthy to be admitted to their respective degrees. Jessica Rose Lowe. Oliver Matthews. Harrison George Mitchell. Manisha Moreira. Oliver Allen Morris. Oscar George Morris. Dila Mulder. Hector Newton. Charles Edward James Newton. Louis Patrick O'Driscoll. Olivia Pitcher. Jake Pollard. Phoebe Pollington. Katie Prescott. Thomas Rees. William Russell Page. Jawan Alamveer Suhutu. Toby Frank Martin Salisbury. Zain Al Hassan Shah. Holly Smith. Chiara Solari. Kirsten Louise Sunko. Molly Kea Tikius. Philia Ozawuru. Ria Varma. Thomas Mark Wakefield. Jago Jack Wilkes. Wing Ki Wong. Dylan William Christie Wright. Business Management with Communication, Yu Jae Chiu. Yingjia Chiang. Hoyan Shelby Lau. Minyu Lee. Kwang Yao Ignatius Lee. Eloise Perry. Faiza Siala Sabila. Hongan Shi. Maria Tariq. Shiman Zhang. Yuji Zhuang. Business Management with Communications and Yen Industry, Noor Ulain Ali. Amy Evans. Mohammed Muhin Mijan. David Ononye. Mark Elliott Philip Smith. Business Management with Marketing, Madia Aftab. Abdulaziz Ahmad Mubarak Shaikan Al-Waili. Nasser Abdullah Mohammed Al-Fasi. Gassa Mustafa Samuel Saeed Al-Hashem. Karina Anand. Kirko Bargill. Matthew Brand. Danny Cashmore. Yin Yang Chen. Lan Chin Chen. Nizi Chen. Siyu Chen. Matthew James de la Vallas Frey. Ling Wei Duo. Ali Karim Osman El Kawas. Jesse Flum. Ziba Hussain. Hussein Ali Ibrahim. Ilke Inanlo. Daniel Jebraili. Xia Jin. Sky Jones Stanton. Hasib Khan. Tasmin Lee. Zishou Li. Guan Liang Lin. Si Yi Lin. Li Liu. Ruixian Liu. Kane Paul McMahon. Fenbo Meng. Amy Mesri. Karim Navid. Terence Niu Zihong. Yang Tasio Montero Fernandez Pereira. Jiaqi Xiao. Freya Slimmett. Jaemin Tu. Aman Ulhag. Luruhoi Wang. Wang Yin. Zilang Wang. Natalia Waters. Hao Xiong. Yijing Yang. Tianei Zhang. Minyu Chung. Business Management with Marketing and a Year in Industry. Anne Francisca Adair. Joanne Akua Sewa Amoa. Isabel Avery. William Bedell. Lucas Bennett. Holly Lauren Brindley. Jessica and Chain. Ishran Chopra. Rihanna Priyachung. Michael Joseph Considine. Emily Craig. Susanna Gambin-Meeson. Manan Garg. Erin Gebhardt. Emily Holloway. Ella Macklin. Katie Jean Newman. Princess Namaka Mo. Ella Phillips. Yumna Saif. Harry Shawnai. Kirsty Jennifer Trigg. Rebecca Wade. Jasmine Windsor Wilkin. Victoria Wusu. Business Management with Year in Civic Leadership, Jake Spencer. International Business, Millie Grace Benedict. Daniel Coletrio Berich. Muslim Habib. Samuel Jing. Ching Tsing Luk. Khalid Mahmoud. Max Myers. Mohammed Falaksha Naveed. Auram Pantankar. Yuyan Xu. Hannah Robbins. Jack Scottney. Nia Thomas. Liam Vaness. Yasir Valji. International Business with Language, Andrew Brink. Kirsty Coombs. Amber Jane May Lawson-Smith. Isabel Ruth Ann McGrady. Ria Patel. Aliyah Pudnik. Sasha Kea Wenchard. Victoria Georgieva Lanjova. Alice O'Field. Toby James Benato Slater. International Business with Yin Health and Wellbeing, Shania Tamsin Paul Kararunya. Adam Berry Cooper. Bachelor of Science, Business Management, Hua Xin Yin. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce our student representative, Faiza Sayala Zabila.
Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear professors, faculty members, families, loved ones, and of course, my fellow graduates, my name is Faiza Shahla Sabila, but you can call me Lala for short. It's going to be difficult summing up 4 years in 4 minutes, but I'll try. As cliche as it sounds, the past few years have truly been the best of my life. From day one, Birmingham has been a place full of possibilities. I've learned from inspiring lecturers, worked alongside peers who pushed me to grow, and poured my heart and soul into societies and projects that mattered. Honestly, I can't believe it's coming to an end. Today has been filled with so many emotions. I mean, come on, graduation? Like in person? I remember the heartbreak of graduating high school in 2021 during the pandemic, not knowing if it would ever end, not knowing if things would ever go back to normal, not knowing anything. And then, not long after, I landed in the UK, a girl from Indonesia with big dreams and an even bigger suitcase. Everything was new. I didn't know how university worked here, how the bank worked, what a club card is, or why on earth people put crisps in their sandwiches. It felt like I had gone from one kind of uncertainty to the other. But I know I'm not alone in that. I'm sure everyone here today is no stranger to the word uncertainty. Professor Edgar Mayer mentioned about uncertainty as well. The uncertainty of starting fresh in a new city or even a new country. The uncertainty on how to find internships, how to adjust ourselves to a whole new academic system. We are the class who graduated high school or college during a whole global pandemic. We are the class who entered university while everything was changing. We are the class preparing to enter a job market that's still shifting beneath our feet. And now, the class standing on the edge of yet another chapter, still uncertain. So, Lala, what is certain? What's certain is that from it we've become resilient, that from it we've learned to keep going even when the path wasn't clear, that we've made homes out of unfamiliar places and friendships out of unfamiliar faces, that we've balanced deadlines with part-time jobs, culture shocks with self-discovery, and pressure with perseverance, that we've shown up, not just for classes, but for each other, that we've grown into the people who are kinder, bolder, and more capable than we were when we first stepped onto campus. What's certain is that we are ready, not because everything's figured out, but because we've learned to thrive in the unknown. And in doing so, we embody the university's motto, Per ardua ad alta, through adversity, through the stars. You, every single one of you here, are the embodiment of this motto. We have emerged from uncertainties, not just stronger, but surer of who we are and what we're capable of becoming. But none of us here got here alone. Behind every moment of growth was someone cheering us on. So before I close, I want to honor the people who made this journey possible. To my mom and dad, Mama dan Ayah, your prayers are the fruits of every successes I've had, and I carry your love in everything I do. Maya, I'm 22 now, standing here today with nothing but gratitude and a peace in my heart, because you've worked so hard to give me a life where I could just focus on growing, not just surviving. But when you were 22, your lives looked very different. You were the first in your families to earn a degree, studying by day, working by night, doing whatever it took to make it. Come on, jualan rujak, jaga warung. And when the time came, you both took the leap of faith and moved to the capital city, Jakarta, to chase the hope for a better life. You took the hard way so I could take the next step. So today, I dedicate this degree to you. Thank you. Thank you for everything. And to my family and friends back home, Masaldi, Idris family, Waru family, Universitas Indonesia friends, thank you for always being there, even across the distance and the 7-hour time difference. Somehow, your presence has never felt far. To the person who brings out the best in me, Tafi, what a joy it's been to share these university days with you, and how exciting it is to be driven by and to persevere for a future we're so, so excited about. To all my friends, my Birming fam, the HR Society, my chairmates, and the many, 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 many people my 98% extroverted self said hi to and ended up building lifelong memories with. Thank you for making university so full of unforgettable moments. And last but not least, to the lecturers and faculty members, the BBS Careers team, thank you for believing in me. And, of course, to you, yes, you, every single one of you here, you inspire me every single day. Whether this is your first degree or your third, every single one of you deserves to be celebrated. For every all-nighter, every self-doubt, every step forward, no matter how small. For showing up when it was hard, and even more when it was harder. Oh my God, you did it! And I hope you're as proud of yourself as I am of you. As we now grow in different directions, I hope you carry this resilience with you. I hope you carry your strength and hard work and compassion and smile with you. I hope you carry Birmingham with you. Yes, the future is uncertain. Yes, it is scary. But the growth that comes from it, the person you will become because of it, will be worth every single step. I want to end this with a quote by Taylor Swift at her own graduation. The scary news is, you're on your own now. But the cool news is, you're on your own now. May the path you take bring you where you want to be. May it shape you into the person you've always hoped to be. And in facing any uncertainties in your journey of becoming, remember, what a privilege it is to outgrow things you used to settle for. What a privilege it is to be challenged by a life you created on purpose. What a privilege it is to feel overwhelmed by the growth you used to dream about. And what a gift it is to feel discomfort as a sign of growth on a path of your own choosing. Do it scared. Do it unsure. Do it slow. Do it messy. Do it late. Do it early. Do it tired. Do it wrong. Do it learning. Do it again and again and again. Do it anyway. You got this. Everything is going to be okay. May you never lose the drive to pursue the things you love, no matter how bumpy the road gets. May you bloom and grow forever. Till we meet again. Congratulations and thank you.
Last speech coming up, I promise. Hello, everybody. Okay, let's try that again. Hello, everybody. Okay, you've been very quiet today. I know you wanted to make way more noise than you did. This building has been standing for 125 years. You won't break it. So I now want you to make as much noise, stomp your feet, do whatever you can. Let's raise the roof. Let's make some noise for the graduates. Well done, sir. Well done, sir. That's pretty good. I did a graduation ceremony before this one, and they didn't make as much noise as that. So remember that when I ask you to make some noise a bit later. That's the level I want to hear. Okay? My name is Sandy Okoro. It is my true honour to be the Chancellor of the University of Birmingham. I was a graduate here. I did law and politics in the 80s. I'm the proud mother of a graduate-to-be who will be graduating on Thursday, and I am the first female Chancellor of this amazing university. Okay, you're getting good at the noise. Keep it up. Just remember. Okay? As many of you have heard, this is the first civic university to be founded by Joseph Chamberlain 125 years ago. And for any institution to survive for 125 years is really something to celebrate. So let's make some noise. Happy birthday, University of Birmingham. I am 3 generations of Okoros who've been through this university. My mother, from the Windrush generation, studied nursing at QE. Me, from the Sony Walkman generation, as I said, studied law and politics. And my son, Max, who's about to graduate from the TikTok generation, studied criminology. Thank you for the laugh. Thank you. Yeah, well, thank you. So really, this moment standing here in front of all of you, seeing the graduates come up, having the honour of shaking their hands and giving them their degree, really feels like a homecoming to me. So looking out at all of you proud parents, families, supporters, giving a cheer, giving a smile, being so proud is really very, very touching and important and very emotional as well. Because you've helped everybody get here. It's not always an easy journey for everybody. Some people have a lot of support, some people have very little. But the fact we're all here in this room today is amazing. So, graduates at the back, I want you now to make some noise, raise the roof, to say thank you to all your friends, family, supporters, mentors, and your faculty behind me here, and say a big thank you. Come on, graduates, make some noise. One sec. You are graduates of the University of Birmingham. You can make way more noise than that. Do it one more time. Make some noise as a big thank you, please, graduates. Class of 2025, you have just graduated from a university of many firsts. I'll just give you a few. The first university to have a faculty of commerce, the first university to incorporate a medical school and to welcome women to take degrees in medicine. Yes, that's pretty amazing. And one of my favourites, the first university to offer a degree in physical education. So this university is not just part of history, it has shaped it. We also have the honour of having 10 Nobel Prize winners, 10. And that is pretty amazing. I'll give you an example of some of the things that were invented in the University of Birmingham. The cavity magnetron. Now, some of you may know this, some of you may not. But this transformed radar technology, and it helped the course of World War II. But more practically and more every day, it's in every single microwave oven. So all of us are benefiting from the cavity magnetron, invented here in the University of Birmingham. The airbag, which has saved millions of lives, invented here at the University in Birmingham. Pacemakers and heart valves, invented here at the University in Birmingham. And who knows what our graduates today are going to go and do that may be Nobel Prize winning and may change the world too. And today, our labs are creating groundbreaking cancer treatments and medical advances that are changing the face of healthcare and saving many, many lives. My father once said to me, "Your education is something no one can ever, ever take away from you." And that is so true. So what you have achieved today, graduates, will stay with you for the rest of your life. You've worked hard, you've overcome obstacles, and you've earned the right to stand tall. I know it wasn't easy. Nothing in life that's worth doing is easy. And I know some of you may be the first in your families to graduate, and some of you may have come from the care system, and that is a challenge to get to this stage. But all of you are now wonderful graduates of the University of Birmingham. And friendships for life will have been made here, so cherish them. Those friends will be the ones who celebrate your wins and will be there to support you when things don't go so well. And remember, the University of Birmingham is here for you too. We have a first-class alumni programme and career service, so don't forget us. We are all family. You are now part of the University of Birmingham family, so you belong. Now, I'm going to give you a few tips, if I may. And it's surrounded by a thought which is going to be a bit controversial, seeing that everybody's just graduated. But cleverness is overrated. Okay? I'm not saying by any means, especially for your supporters and your parents at the front, that the money you spent on your education hasn't been worth it. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that cleverness alone will not get you very, very far. I think there are 5 things that matter just as much as being clever, and alongside being clever will give you success, and success in leadership as well. So, the first one, curiosity. Be curious. This is curiosity got you here, but don't stop. Never stop learning. Never stop asking questions. Never stop exploring and going beyond your comfort zone. And remember, opinion is not fact. What is the data telling you? Where is the proof? Be your own fact checker. Albert Einstein said, the important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. Motivation. Set your sights high. Move towards your goal with purpose. When I was little, I told my mum I wanted to be a judge. And she said, "What are you waiting for? Get on, hurry up and do it." So hurry up and do what you want to do. Don't wait for the right moment. There'll never be a right moment. Start now. People skills. It's number 3. Very important. There is no I in team. You're always going to be working with other people. So learn to connect. Learn to be compassionate. Learn to be patient. And build bridges. But for some people, they're just not people. They just don't like other people. And if you are neurodiverse, that can be a challenge. So for you, let P be for perspective. The world needs thinkers and observers just as much as it needs talkers and doers. And the way that you see the world differently might just be the very insight we need to make the world a better place. There is a famous African proverb that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Resilience, number 4. If you fall down, and you will, it'll happen to everybody. Something will not go your way, it won't be the way you expected it. If you fall down, that is not failure. Failure is not getting back up again. If you want to stay down for a little while, have a cry, a couple of chocolate biscuits, a cup of tea, maybe something stronger, whatever it is, maybe the whole pack of chocolate biscuits, whatever it is, but get back up. Do not stay down there. Get back up, start going 1 foot at a time, and go after that dream. That is where your power will be. Your level of success will be equal to the reserves of your resilience. And Vidal Sassoon, who was a famous hairdresser in the 1960s, said, the only place where success comes before work is in the dictionary. And kindness, number 5. Very important, often forgotten, very much needed in leaders. Kindness is not weakness. Kindness is courage in action. Desmond Tutu said, do your little bit of good where you are. If those little bits of good put together, they will overwhelm the world. So remember, curiosity, motivation, people, stroke perspective, resilience and kindness. Do not forget these things. And live your dream. This is very important. And make that really big. Make it bigger. You need a plan, but you also need a dream. Dream of curing cancer. Dream of not just tackling climate change, but eliminating it. Dream not just of writing short stories that shape the future. Dream of winning a Nobel Prize. Dream big and keep dreaming. Now, I want to leave you with a quote. And it's a quote from Nelson Mandela. There is no passion to be found in playing small, in settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living. And remember, it's you. Do not be anybody but you, not a second-rate version. You are going to be the best at being you. Be the top-rate version of yourself, not a second-rate version of someone else. I salute you, class of 2025. Go out into the world. Support one another. Be kind to one another. Be bold. Live your dreams. And never forget, you are a University of Birmingham graduate. That is your superpower. So congratulations. Go change the world. I can't wait to see what you're going to do. Go be great. Thank you. Now I can see all of you in your splendor. I declare this congregation closed.
the ceremony that completes the university journey for hundreds of Birmingham alumni has come to an end. The procession begins to stream out of the Great Hall, carrying with them the maces that were set down at the start of the ceremony. It's a nice bit of visual poetry that bookends the ceremony. As those maces are carried forward, so too are our graduates onto their next adventure. This is a powerful moment for our graduates, representing the culmination of years of dedicated study. The education, connections, and friendships they have made at Birmingham will last a lifetime. The University of Birmingham is known for producing great thinkers, change makers, and innovators. From Nobel Prize winners to sporting champions, this institution has shaped minds that go on to make a real difference in the world. Today's graduates are stepping into that legacy, ready to make their mark, whether they're heading into research, launching businesses, or, let's be honest, finally taking a proper break before the next adventure begins. From the Great Hall to the wider world, our graduates will carry the knowledge, ambition, and spirit of Birmingham in their next chapter. Wherever you're watching from, this is not just an ending. It is the beginning of something exceptional.